Egmont Park Stud, a stud farm that is located about 20 minutes west of Toowoomba, a beautiful part of the world. The property itself has serviced countless amounts of champions in its 11 years, and it offers owners the opportunity to get a world-class service at a very affordable price. A close-knit operation looked after by Peter and Leanne Bell, a formidable pairing who have been in the industry for decades.
I've been here for about 23 years. Egmont Park was sold and the partnership split up, and Kevin and Kay Seymour retained their country that is now known as Gold Rush Lodge and run it as a private stud. When Mark retired, I came back as stud master, and Leanne joined me by then, and she came back with us, and we became stud master for Kevin down on his private stud at Gold Rush Lodge.
Outside of Peter and Leanne and the countless hands that make the operation possible, another integral part of Egmont Park is its owners, Kevin and Kay Seymour. Names that many within and outside of the industry are very familiar with. Kevin and Kay are passionate with everything that is harness racing. This is evident through the tender love and care Peter and Leanne offer to every horse that come through the property.
We've been back with Kevin as stud master for about 11 years now. We were 6 years at Gold Rush, and then we've been up here for 5 since we brought Egmont back.
They're wonderful ambassadors for the harness racing industry, both with what they put into the racing and what they've done for the breeding industry. The stallions that we offer here are well under the money for service fees, and the deals that Kevin always offers are outstanding to try and keep the industry and the breeding side of it going.
Currently, the business is thriving and the horses are looking just superb, but unfortunately, the presence of the nationwide drought can also be seen at Egmont Park. The lack of rain can be seen with the bare ground becoming more prevalent, a process which can become quite costly.
The facilities here are really good. The country, you couldn't ask for better country to grow out your yearlings and your young stock, and also for spelling. The mares do extremely good on this country. It's very dry here at the moment, and everyone please pray for rain. You know, the horses don't look any worse for wear, so we're very lucky in that respect. This is the driest Pete and I have seen it in the 11, 12 years that we've been here, so...
A lot of the local say it's as dry as it's ever been. Especially now that hay's not very available. It's quite expensive. If you talk hay growers for the first time for a long time actually getting value for money, they've spent many years getting probably underpaid for their hay, so I suppose it works for them. But as far as us as a stud go, it's expensive to buy and it's hard to source.
Although the drought may affect the costs of keeping the horses, the love and dedication that Kevin and Kay Seymour have has not changed. Kevin and Kay are thoroughly committed in giving mares the chance to come through the breeding barn to create progeny of their own. Admittedly, another costly exercise, but one filled with passion.
We started off 11 years ago with 20 mares. Mark had had a sale before we took over, and then Peter and I sold a few at Pepper Tree one year, but we got up to 55 and Kevin said we better sell some mares. So a few years ago we sold 35 mares, and that brought our numbers back to around that 20 again. And then he brought home 8 race mares: Joy's the Babe, Feel the Faith, Fire One, Red's Jetstar. They all came home together, get in the groove. And so we ended up with 8 brood mares, which bumped our numbers up again. After the sale, we must have had about 12 or 15 left, and then we were back up to 23. We're now up to 34. Because we've just had a few young ones come home again to go to the breeding barn. So Kevin gives every mare. He doesn't very often sell, Kevin and Kay don't very often sell their mares. They like to give them a go in the barn. So they come home here and have a go. Kevin's luck with mares that didn't do well on the track with being breeding stock have been sensational. So I think that's probably why they like to do it that way.
Speaking of progeny, one horse immediately comes to mind for the Bells. Colt 31, a superstar that was born and bred at Egmont, a progeny of the late great Mac 3. A horse that Peter and Leanne knew was destined for stardom right from the start.
He came out looking like a little champion, and every time anyone came they'd say, "What's that foal?" And it was him. It was always him, you know. Like, so as he grew up, he was a standout in the paddock. So yeah, he was a very nice foal. Majestic Mac's mother, Midnight Lace, was probably my favourite mare on the farm, and we tragically lost her after she foaled her last foal, Lacey's Legacy, who's here, and she's on her. She's had 2 foals here now, so you know, we see the cycle go round and round. It's been great to see our babies come home and breed.
You can understand Kevin and Kay's passion for it.
Yes, and Kay's very passionate. She loves her horses. She often, when they come to visit, she'll ask me, you know, where's this mare or where's that mare, and, you know, I'll point them out for her. So, yeah, she loves to see the stock.
Although Grant Dixon currently has Colt 31 in his stables, Peter and Leanne are both hoping that the horse returns home to start his own career after racing.
It's good to work with good stock. Grant's
done a wonderful job with him since he's had him, and he pretty well got him from when he was broken in. We haven't seen him since. Kevin and Kay are very, very proud of what they've achieved in their breeding history with harness racing, so they're very happy.
Yeah, fantastic story, celebrating some of the unsung heroes of the